Hello friends, hope you all are doing good. And in this video, we are going to discuss whether leaving your job for following your passion or for UPSC, MBA, or any higher studies, is it a wise decision or not? Okay, so let's start. First thing is that you should define your why. That why do you want to prepare for UPSC? Okay, why do you want to go for MBA or any other passion? Because until and unless you don't have that why, you will going to give up pretty soon. And I am making this video based on my experience because like I have left my job for following gate preparation, and I haven't included it here, but that was when I have like 2 years of experience. Okay, so what mistakes I did and how you can learn from these mistakes, and if you really want to leave your job, so like how you can well define this strategy and follow that path. Okay, so like your why should be 100% clear to you, that whether it's a internal calling or you want to, let's say, okay, so let's discuss one by one. So if it is for UPSC, then it's a totally different game, because for this I think if you are in a paying job, then it doesn't make any sense. Okay, like you can see guys leaving their 15 20 LPA job. Like every year in like newspaper you will see that like someone came from US and prepared for UPSC and cracked UPSC, and but like see how many candidates are there. Okay, maybe the probability of selecting into UPSC leaving a job is 1 into 10,000 or 1 lakh. So that like you are going against the probability, right? So like if it is 100% your calling and you are 100% dedicated, and like if UPSC is your only goal and only dream, then it makes sense. Otherwise, it don't make sense to me. At least that you are leaving your high-paying job, or let's say for that matter, if you have started your career in IT and leaving the same for UPSC. If you are that much passionate, I'll suggest you to like prepare sidewise, but like leaving your job is a totally like if I start making the video, it is itself a dedicated, it needs a dedicated video in itself for UPSC. And for MBA I have already made a video that why you shouldn't do MBA if you're already earning 25 like 20 25 LPA plus in India. Because there is something called ROI, which like we can discuss here only. That let's say like let's take the very base thing that you are right now earning 15 LPA. Okay, and the MBA will cost you around 20 to 30 lakhs. That's the like pretty much average what an IIM or a good institute will like cost you. Okay, so you are leaving this, and plus you are investing this much, plus 2 years of your time. Okay, and getting into IIM, it's like you have to prepare for 1 year. Okay, so keeping in like all these points in mind, I don't think it makes sense to pursue IIM until unless like exceptions are always there. So I'm making this video for 90% of the guys, and like exceptions are always there. That's only thing I can say. Okay, so I'll link down that video, you can watch it. And for anything like MTech, again if you see the packages which guys got after doing MTech, so if you're planning to do PhD or research, then it makes sense to do MTech. Otherwise, like after MTech also the placement scenario is almost same as BTech from good institutes. So that's what I feel. Plus again the same thing, that you have to like prepare like MTech. You are going to invest your 2 years plus some amount, although it is not this much in MB like MTech, and you will get a stipend also. But to get into MTech, like to get into good master's college, you have to prepare for at least 1 year, 1 to 2 years dedicatedly. And that makes sense to me if you are just like out of college. Okay, so if you have less than 2 years of experience, then go for MTech. Otherwise, like avoid it. And passion, like it is endless topic. So if if you are made like if God has sent you to follow your passion, then I think no, nothing can stop you. Even even like with your job, I have seen guys like becoming good YouTubers. I don't want to name, but like in my first organization, I know a guy who was like doing mimic and comic thing, like a stand-up comedian kind of thing, and he followed that with his job, and he's doing great like nowadays. Okay, so passion is something which you can do it with parallelly with your job. Again, let's say if you have decided that you are going to do any one thing out of it or follow your passion, then you have to calculate the return on investment. So this is ROI, means return on investment. So how much you are going to invest and what is the return you are getting on that investment. Okay, again, like same thing, and I don't want to repeat it again, but like until unless you are getting a 40 or 50 LPA job just out of your MBA, then again same goes with MTech, and UPSC is totally different league, because here like you cannot compare apple with oranges. Like it's kind of same for me. If you see an like the salary of an starting IAS officer, or let's say, but the thing is that like to get to there also, like to get into top 500 rank in UPSC, it itself is like a mountain to crack. Okay, so probably in future I can make a dedicated video on the same, although I haven't prepared for UPSC because I know what I'm capable of. It's not about capability, but it's more about what's your calling, and like what do you feel, because that doesn't make sense to me leaving your like job and preparing for UPSC, because there is already so much janta. So let's say if every year 10 lakh candidates appear for UPSC, out of which if you take the serious ones also, so 1 lakh are the serious, I think, are aspirant, they give their 100%, and through this 1 lakh, then the mains, like 10K write the mains, and only like 3K or 4K are called for interviews, and like every year the seats are going down. So like couple of years back it was like 1000 seats 1K, and now it is close to 700 or 800. Okay, every year seats are going down and competition is going up. So you can yourself see, like if you have studied probability, then the thing is that like everyone is preparing hard, right? And what makes you apart? So if you have that thing internally that no, like I have to go for UPSC or I have to go for this, then it's totally fine. Otherwise, like it is going against the probability, and I don't recommend it. Now, let's say you have decided to pursue the MTech. Okay, so GATE for that purpose. So what what you have to do, like this is my first mistake which I didn't do. And so before resignation, so you have taken like 2 years of time, and 6 months before your resignation, try to build up a habit. Okay, and try to know the syllabus and how deep are you going to, just prepare a plan for it, so that, and not just make a plan, but at the same time like start learning, start reading your books, so that you can understand that whether it is a, like maybe it can happen that after 6 months you decided that okay, this is not my cup of tea and I'm going to give up. And giving up is not a bad thing, because once you know that this thing is not for you, then it's totally fine to give up. Okay, now the backup plan, that you have, like there is always a plan B. Okay, and that's it. And with the preparation also, don't try to make a plan like you are going to study 16 hours and like non-realistic goals. Okay, and one thing that matters is that try to enjoy your process. Okay, and like this is your goal, and you are here, and this is the process. So rather than reaching here, try to like enjoy what you are doing here. That actually what's matter. I'm not like doing any kind of philosophy, but until unless you enjoy it, so there is no way you are going to make up till here. That's the reality, right? Like you can agree to disagree with me on this, but that's what I feel. Now, once you have decided to pursue your gate or MTech, then define a time period. It should not be non-infinite. So what you can do is that, like, let's say you take out 1 year and stick to it, that if you get like top 1000 rank, then only you are going to like invest 1 more year. Otherwise you are going to go to your plan B, and that may be like going back to the same job, right? And always make time based goal. So I think we always improve those things which we can measure. So if you have, like, again the same thing, that if you're not getting this much rank in 1 year, then there is no sense that you are going to get you're going to get top 100 rank in the second year. Maybe a miracle can happen, but that's not how life goes, right? So, like, till here, if everything goes right, you got a good rank in MBA, you are pursuing your like MBA from IIM, then it's all good. Otherwise, like, you have to like switch back to the same thing which you are doing. So that is like IT in my case. Okay, so I took a gap of 1 year, uh, and like after 1 year, I totally understood that this is not what I want to do. So I got get back to the IT field. So, like, we can make a like separate video on how to restart your career if you have more than 2 years of gap in your like resume, because this thing is going to haunt you for lifetime. Because now also, if I like, every organization is going to ask you why you have that 1 year of gap in your resume, right? So I think this video will be helpful for you. So what I did in this video is that, rather than giving the exact information, I try to like give you an overall picture of how things are going to go, and things are not going to always go according to your plan. That's why we always need a plan B, and like, we should be prepared for the worst. So that's it, guys. I hope you like the video, and have a nice day. Thanks.